North Sumatra, an area with incredible natural wealth. It is flanked by two coasts, the East Coast and the West Coast. Decorated with mountainous hills from the Barisan Mountains to the volcanic mountains, flora and fauna, living in harmony, provide virtues for human civilization, a great masterpiece from God the Creator. Medan, the capital city of North Sumatra province, is the third largest city in Indonesia. It grew into a prominent city in the Delhi Sultanate area. It is developing into a center of business, industry, and education on the island of Sumatra, home of the leading and best college in Indonesia, Universitas Sumatera Utara. Established in 1969, starting from the Department of Pharmacy under the auspices of Faculty of Exact and Natural Sciences, or FIPIA, becoming one of the oldest majors in Indonesia. Then changed, became a faculty on August 8, 2006, and became the top 10 oldest pharmacy faculties in Indonesia. The Faculty of Pharmacy is growing and developing rapidly. Currently, the Faculty of Pharmacy aggressively strives to excel in international standards, yet is characterized by local excellence, inviting foreign lecturers, collaborating with foreign partners, teaching and learning activities using international languages are a series of strategies used by the Faculty of Pharmacy to enter a world-class university. The Faculty of Pharmacy is committed to implementing the Tridharma, teaching, research, and community service in maximum effort. In addition, the Faculty of Pharmacy provides quality and character education and upholds democratic principles. Research is carried out in an innovative, collaborative, and sustainable manner, and is directed to answer the problems that exist in the community. The research results are manifested in a variety of ready-to-use products. The product has gone through various tests and feasibility to present as a quality product that can be used by the public. Even various companies also use the research products. The fundamental research and teaching process at the Faculty of Pharmacy is inseparable from the noble goal of serving the community. The Faculty of Pharmacy seeks to be present as a solution and contribute to the nation's progress. As one of the best in Indonesia, the Faculty of Pharmacy consists of associate's degree, bachelor degree, and the pharmacist profession with an A accreditation status. This achievement made the Faculty of Pharmacy contribute to place in the Universitas Sumatera Utara in the 1021 plus Quacquarelli Simmons ranking of Bachelor of Pharmacy 2021. The Faculty of Pharmacy has 4 scientific fields, namely the field of pharmaceutical chemistry, the field of pharmaceutical technology, the field of pharmaceutical biology, and the field of pharmaceutical pharmacology. International standard facilities support the learning activities. The laboratory is equipped with sophisticated equipment such as gas chromatography mass spectrometry, or GCMS, high-performance liquid chromatography, or HPLC, liquid chromatography mass spectrometry, LCMS IT-TOF, thin-layer chromatography, or TLC, atomic absorption spectroscopy, or AAS, ultraviolet visible spectroscopy, nuclear magnetic resonance, or NMR 300 MHz, and other varieties laboratory equipment. Faculty of Pharmacy Universitas Sumatera Utara also provides the utmost academic services for students with digital service systems such as ASA, student portals, and e-learning. Services are carried out by professional, expert staff, and competent educators. In addition, the Faculty of Pharmacy is supported by qualified facilities such as a hall, conference room, digital-based library, places of worship, gardens, and gazebos.
The Faculty of Pharmacy is committed to producing excellent pharmacy graduates characterized by local wisdom with international standards, which can compete in the industrial world, especially the health industry.
The Faculty of Pharmacy of Universitas Sumatera Utara will continue to contribute in research, teaching, and service to advance Indonesian pharmacy that can compete globally and synergize to make Indonesia healthy. health.
North Sumatra, a sign of God's love given with full affection, a piece of heaven attached to the earth, home of the world's largest ancient volcanic lake that holds 1,000 legends and mysteries, a land for diverse cultural conformity where civilizations live in harmony, a place of dignified tolerance where the seeds of hope are planted, grown, and reaped for prosperity. The genuine miniature of Indonesia.
By declaring the tagline transformation towards the ultimate, Universitas Sumatera Utara is ready to transform into an international standards university with excellent local characteristics. I am Murianto Amin, presenting you Universitas Sumatera Utara.
Starting from Universitas Sumatera Utara Foundation, which collected moral and material support from the people of North Sumatra and Aceh, on August 20th, 1952, the Faculty of Medicine was successfully established. USU was inaugurated as the 7th state university in Indonesia by the first president of the Republic of Indonesia, Sukarno, on November 20th, 1957. Located in Medan City, North Sumatra, USU consists of 2 campuses located in Jalan Dr. Mansur and Kuala Bekala. USU has 15 faculties, 1 graduate school with 163 study programs, and 1 experimental garden covering an area of 300 hectares located in the Tambunan area, Langkat Regency. USU has the vision of becoming a university that has academic excellence as a barometer of scientific advancement that can contend in the global world. Carrying a new spirit, transformation towards the ultimate supports the entire USU academic community to make significant changes to their mindset and work culture per the demands of bureaucratic reform and technological acceleration. Transformation towards the ultimate is indicated by a series of transformations in various sectors. The transformation is realized through collaboration and synergy between the academic community and various parties to create excellent high education services implemented through Tri Dharma. Campus digitization is an absolute must to provide the best service. Various digital services are provided by USU, such as ASA, e-office, e-agenda, PPID, and also telemedicine. Telemedicine provides easy access for medical treatment to the public through their gadgets. USU has received an A accreditation and is included in Cluster 1 of the Indonesian Ministry of Education and Culture 2020 rankings and ranked 15th university in Indonesia by the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings. USU has also established itself as a part of the international education community. USU is ranked first nationally and ranked 305th in the world in the field of agriculture and biological science at the university level by the Skimago Institutions rankings. In addition, USU is ranked 1201 plus in the world with QS Stars 3 on the Kwakwareli Simmons World University Rankings 2022 rating agency. As a commercial university, USU is committed to encouraging research to create an USU enterprise by establishing the Institute of Innovation and Business Technology Incubation, or LINKS. LINKS is a place for innovation and research products of USU's academic community to make contributions to society. Some of these innovative products are being prepared for mass production by cooperating with the industrial world and other universities as the implementation of the Merdeka Belajar Campus Merdeka program. Merdeka Belajar Campus Merdeka program is a manifestation of learning by combining theoretical and practical aspects to create excellent human resources. USU collaborates with various partners, from the state-owned company to the government sector, with the aim of creating graduates who are ready and able to follow the needs of the industry and the market. To support comprehensive learning, USU provides integrated facilities. Various facilities available include USU Hospital, Dental and Oral Hospital, Integrated Laboratory, Student Workshop, Auditorium, Student Center, Pancasila Building, International Guest House, Cafeteria, Student Dormitory, Garden, and various sports facilities.
The spirit of transformation towards the ultimate within the scope of the Tridharma is a manifestation of USU's commitment to produce excellent human resources for the advance of Indonesia.
USU believes that the contribution of all parties is the main key in the effort to transform to be superior. USU, the pride of North Sumatra for Indonesia, transforming to be the best in the world.
Greetings, dear participants. Welcome back to the International Summer Course of Pharmacy 2022. My name is Santana Fortun, and I will be today's MC guiding you through today's course. For the last 2 days, we have learned a lot about the phytochemistry and medicinal plants, starting from business potential all through the way through standardization. And today, as promised, we are going to have a workshop session about the extraction of medicinal plants. We are going to start with a special instruction from one of our lecturers in Faculty of Pharmacy of Universitas Sumatera Utara, and then we will start our 2-session workshop after that. But before we start our workshop, I want dear participants to join me in welcoming Mr. APT Denny Satria S.Pharm MSE, who is the head of the biology laboratory team in Faculty of Pharmacy, Universitas Sumatera.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to all the participants and committee. Welcome to the Laboratory of Pharmaceutical Biology, Faculty of Pharmacy, Universitas Sumatera Utara. I respect all of the attendees who have attended here in this laboratory and in the Zoom meeting. First of all, let us praise to Hadirah Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who gives thousands of favors to us until this day, and salawat, as well as greeting to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that many gave us a model well and we should emulate. Dear all participants, I am Denny Satria, as the coordinator of Laboratory of Pharmaceutical Biology, will deliver some greetings and information about our laboratory. Laboratory of Pharmaceutical Biology have 4 sub-laboratory among others: Laboratory of Traditional Medicine, Laboratory of Phytochemistry, Laboratory of Pharmacognosy, Botany Pharmacy, and Laboratory of Microbiology. We are really say thank you to the Faculty of Pharmacy, Universitas Sumatera Utara, for being given the opportunity to us to share knowledge about how to preparation Simplicia until extraction with reflux and shock glutation method based on Indonesian herbal pharmacopoeia and others monographs. This workshop will guided by lecturers from the Pharmaceutical Biology Scientific Group, that is Mr. Mahathir Muhammad, Magister of Science Pharmacist, and Mr. Muhammad Fauzan, Magister of Pharmacy Pharmacist. I hope all of the participants can enjoy and understand it well all about the topic that deliver this day. Don't hesitate to ask everything that you want to know about our topic. Our lecturer will answer all of your questions with clear and detail. Please enjoy your workshop session this day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Danny, for the warm welcoming speech. I believe Mr. Danny have excited all of us through learning to this 2-session workshop. Therefore, without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Mahathir. Mr. Mahathir Muhammad is a lecturer of Universitas Sumatera Utara, Faculty of Pharmacy, specialized in biology lecture. He will be guiding us through our first session of the workshop for the day. Then, without further ado, Mr. Mahathir Muhammad, the stage is yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Mahathir Muhammad. I'm a lecturer from Faculty of Pharmacy. Thank you for the commit to organize this session, and also best regard from Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy, Khairunisa, SSC M.Pharm PhD Apotheker. And now let me share screen to our workshop today. Wait. Okay. Now we will workshop about the extraction of medicinal plant. Extraction, as we know, have a many method, right? Have a many classification. We have two classification of the extraction. The first, wet extraction and dry extraction, is depend for the sample, for the extract, for the plant also. Okay. For the introduction, Indonesia is renowned for its agricultural products and medicinal plants. Natural resources have benefit daily life, and dietary ingredients are also used in traditional medicine. Extraction is separating a substance from its mixture using a solvent. The solvent used must be able to extract the desired essence without dissolving other materials. The extraction process consists of three basic steps. The first, addition of a mass of solvent to come into contact with the sample, usually by a diffusion process. And the second, the solute will be separated from the sample and dissolved by the solvent to form an extract paste. And the third, separation of the extract paste with the sample. This is an extraction technique. Maybe I will ask you, this is conventionally extraction method, by the way. And now we have a modern extraction. It's like a microwave assist extraction, ultrasound assist extraction. But now we will practice about socketation and reflux method extraction. Maceration is extracting Simplicia using a solvent with several times of shaking or stirring at room temperature. Percolation is extraction with a solvent that is always fresh until complete filtration, generally carried out at room temperature. And now we get to the reflux method. This reflux and socketation method, this is our do today. Reflux is extraction with a solvent at a temperature of its boiling point for a given time and a relatively constant amount of finity solvent in reverse cooling. Generally, the insertion process on the first residue is in the same 3 until 5 times, so that it can be considered a perfect extraction process. And next, into the socketation method. Socket extraction use a solvent that is always new, which is generally carried out with special tools in the form of a socket extraction. Continuous extraction occurs with a relatively constant amount of solvent in the presence of reverse cooling. This is the method commonly we use to extraction. Okay. This is a socketation extractor. Is the part of the socketation extractor. The first, we have a condenser. Condenser the coolant and also to speed up the condensation process. And the second, we have a thimble. The thimble uses the container for the sample that wants to take the substance. And the third, the vapor. The vapor, the passage of steams for the solvent that evaporates from the evaporation process. And the next, the siphon, sickle calculation. If the solution is full on the siphon and then falls into a round bottom flux, then this is called one cycle. And then boiling flux as a container for sample and the solvent. And then we have a hot plate as a solution heater. And now we get to the reflux apparatus. The first is condenser, also the same as the socketation. The coolant also to speed up the condensation process, and boiling flux as a container for sample and the solvent, and also hot plate as a solution heater. And now we are going to our Simplicia, our sample, As you know, the andaliman is Jantoxylum acanthopodium from the family Rutaceae, right? This plant have a many biological activity that many research that have been reported that had been exploited about this plant, such as antioxidant, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, cytoprotective, hepatoprotective, and many more. So that we can conclude this plant, this andaliman, have a beneficial for health. And this plant in Batak also can make the flavor and flavor in the food. It can better taste for the food. Okay, now we are going to extracting process, and now we have the sample for this day. Where are the sample? Okay, this is the sample are used to extraction process. Okay, right. This is andaliman. So we can extraction in socketation method. Yeah. So for the first step to socketation extraction, we must know the wet sorting. We must do the wet sorting. We must know the dry sorting. This is the wet sorting. The wet sorting can be remove the dust, can be remove the dirt, can be remove the soil, can be remove the sun, and can be remove the plant of the part that we cannot use to the extraction, because it can be effect to final extract. Okay, understand? Okay. The next, we are cleaning and washing this plant into the wastafel. Yep. And now we are cleaning the sample to the wastafel to remove the dust, to remove the sand. As we know, many parts of the plant can be make the different level of the active compound. Make the different of the active compound, such the leaf, fruit, stem, bark, and many more. It can be the different for the active compound. Okay, after we wash this, after we cleaning the andaliman, now we are going to the drying cabinet. And now we are going to the drying cabinet. Several Simplicia has needed to be chopping. To be chopping, it can make it easy. It can make it easy the sample to drying process, to mixing process, to packing process, and to milling process. And now we are go to the cabinet, drying cabinet, to put this plant into the drying cabinet. Okay. Okay, the drying cabinet purpose to reduce the water content for the Simplicia, because if the highest content water in the plant, in the Simplicia, it can make growth microbes. It's like fungi and bacteria. It can be affect to the quality of the extract. Okay, and also drying cabinet also can save our sample. It save our sample to not easily damaged. So it can be stored for a long time. Okay, and now we have Simplicia that have been prepared before, but this it take time 3 until 7 days to make it to the Simplicia. And temperature, we was being checked the temperature in 30 degrees Celsius until 90 degrees Celsius, the temperature for the drying cabinet. And then we have the Simplicia that have been prepared before. Okay, this is the Simplicia that have been prepared. Okay, as you can see, this is the Simplicia, and now we have mashed into the blender. We blended this to make a powder of Simplicia. Okay, now we put into the blender. Okay, done. After we blender this plant, we sieve in the mess, in the sieve number 8. The sieve is number 8. It can be make uniform particle size from the powder. Why? Because the Simplicia, the powder Simplicia must be directly contact from the solvent. So the particle size is affected to the active compound, to the secondary metabolite, or many more. And now we are going to sieve this Simplicia. Okay. After this, after we sieve the Simplicia with sieve number 8, and now we will continue this step. We will continue in another step for the extraction socletation. Okay, now we are going to socletation extractor. Okay, this is a socletation extractor that have been prepared before, and both of you can try this one. Can try how to practice, how to prepare the sample, and how to make from this socletation. Okay, the first thing, the sample was weighed for 10 gram. Okay, the weight for 10 gram. Okay. Check. And then we rub into the filter paper. Right? The 10 gram sample we rub into the filter sample. Okay, you can rub the sample. Yeah, you can following. Okay, this is the rope for the sample in filter paper, and we must tie it up with a pull thread. We must tie with a pull thread, and we put into the chocolate extractor. Okay, the first we have 10 gram weight for the andaliman. Okay. Okay, after we tied up this, we added the solvent. The solvent, many solvent that we use. We has now the principle for the solution that call names like dissolve like. Like dissolve like is polar solvent can be dissolved polar compound, and also non-polar solvent can be dissolved non-polar compound. So we use ethanol as solvent to this extraction. And now we put into the soclitation extractor. Now we put this into the soclitation extractor. The point is that must we know about this sample. This sample, the height not extending to the seapond. It cannot be extending to the seapond because it affect the solvent directly contact to the sample. Okay, but we also check the circulation of the condenser. We must check the outcome water and the incoming water. It's connected into the condenser and it's stable. Also doesn't have leak. If it's have leak, it also make a different quality extract that we have. Okay, and then we will edit 1,000 milli of ethanol extract. I'm sorry, we added 100 milli ethanol extract, and then we insert into the soclitation extractor. Okay, the solvent was input into the boiling into the boiling flux, and then we setting again the soclitation extractor. Many solvent that we use, like another than ethanol, like methanol, chloroform, and hexane maybe. It's depend from the sample. It's different from the bioactive compound that we want to extract. Okay, and then we turn on the heater. We turn on the heater with the temperature 78 Celsius. That's the temperature optimal to this extraction. Okay, turn on. Okay, after this heater is turned on, we still waiting the process of extraction. We waiting for this process extraction until the solvent in soclitator, the solvent in soclitation is colorless. That indicate the cycle has been complete. Sorry, we repeat. Check. We repeat again. Soon the heater, and we waiting the extraction process. Okay. The extraction process has been complete. We can see the solvent in the soclitation is colorless. that can indicate that the cycle has been completed. This is the extraction process. We're still waiting, maybe a 1 hour, 2 hour, maybe. Okay, after this, we will going to the next step in the rotary evaporator. Okay, we are going to the rotary evaporator. Cek. Iya, langsung aja transisi nanti pas di sini. Bentar, ekstra kental ya. Bentar, belum ekstra kental ya. Okay, and now we are going to rotary evaporator to next step for the extraction in soclitation. the solution that in boiling fax in the circulation, we put into rotary evaporator. Okay, we just put this into rotary to the solvent. Okay, and now we turn on the rotary evaporator and we set temperature at it more than least 50 degree Celsius. And thick until we have the thick extract. Okay. This is a process from the solvent for the from the extraction in circulation. Okay, we have a thick element. Okay. Okay, this several time to the process rot, and after writing this is the extract ethanol of the andaliman that have been prepared. Then this is how to circulate. And now we will go back into the cell. Okay, and now we will try again for the participant to recall to our procedure that have been done. And now this plan, you can see the wet sorting for this plan. Wet sorting for this plan, I will explain again. This is the plan that have been sorting before, right? That has been sorting before, that has not have a dirt, has not have a sand and the soil, and also the part of the plant has can be removed. Okay, and now we will going to wash this sample into the wastafel. Okay, come on, you can go into the wastafel. Okay, we was in the wastafel until it's cleaning. Okay, after that it has been cleaned, and we'll go to the drying cabinet. Okay, we're going to the drying cabinet to make a Simplicia. Okay, put into the drying cabinet. Okay, we put into drying cabinet and we wait until 7 days. And we keep to check the temperature, 30 degrees Celsius until 90 degrees Celsius temperature of the drying cabinet. And now we blend this Simplicia. Okay. Okay, the blend is turning on. Okay, stop. After that, we sieve into the sieve. We take the Simplicia into the sieve and sieve in number 8 to have a uniform vertical size of the powder Simplicia. Yeah, all of this. Okay. Okay, stop. Okay, this is the Simplicia that have been sieved before. Okay, and now we are going to socketation extractor to extract the Simplicia. Okay, we are going now. Okay, we use this one to try again. This is the weight for Simplicia, and you can weigh in 10 gram. This Simplicia has been weighed in 10 gram and rubbed into the filter paper. This rubbed into filter paper. And it's tied up with the wall. Okay. I think this extraction method, right? like maceration, percolation, sockelation, and reflux have benefit for the extract, for the plant, for the secondary metabolite. And also it has a simple method that we know to extraction the plant. Maybe in the another workshop we can try another extraction method, maybe like maceration, percolation, or maybe in the modern extraction method like microwave acid extraction and ultrasound acid extraction. Okay. Don't forget to tie up with the wall thread. Okay, I think it's done. Okay, we put into the sockelation extractor. Okay, don't forget it. Okay, the important thing that I want to remember all of you, the sample is not be excess limited of the siphon, because it can be affect to the symplesia, and symplesia must be directly contact the solvent. And now we added 100 milli for ethanol as a solvent. Okay, we added 100 milli ethanol. Okay, I think it has been 100 milli solvent of ethanol, and we insert into the sockelation extractor, insert into the boiling flask. Okay, after this, we turn on the heater in temperature that at 78 degrees Celsius, and we waiting until the complete extraction process. For the marker, the solvent from the boiling flask is colorless, that indicate the cycles had been complete. And also we can see the extraction. This is the different color for the solvent, right? The different color for the solvent, it take several times to the process extraction again. So maybe it has been 8 cycle, 10 cycle, maybe. Depend from the sample, depend from the plant. Okay, now after this, we're still waiting, and we'll go to the rotary evaporator. Okay, we are going now. Okay. After the can you noise after the circulation process, operator can turn on before. We can take from the boiling flux to the rotary evaporator. Okay. The temperature was set is not more than 50 degrees Celsius, and it take several time from the extract. Okay. Okay, there's effect for the solvent until the extract the thick texture. And now I will show of you the extract andaliman. Okay, this is the extract that have been done before, and this extract have many biology to research for this extract. Is that all for today? This is how to circulation extract. Get the ethanol extract from. Think it's that all. Okay, I think is that all for the all process socketation method, and I hope you can use this method, use this principle into the research, and we will discussion this method or another in the session for reflux in another session, and maybe in the next time we will workshop about another method for the extraction. It's not socketation and reflux method. I think it's that all for to me. Thank you very much. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Mahathir Muhammad, for facilitating and guiding us during the workshop session. How was the session? I believe it was very fun, right? I believe we also learned a lot about the extraction by this method of socketation. But as we heard from Mr. Mahathir before, there is another extraction method that we're going to learn today. It goes by the name of reflux. I'm not sure if you've heard of this all before, but this is a very pretty common name. And today, we are going to learn the step-by-step method of how to extract by reflux from Mr. Muhammad Fauzan Lubis, SFAM MFAM APT. Mr. Fauzan Lubis is another lecturer from Faculty of Pharmacy, Universitas Sumatera Utara, and he is also an expert in biology lecture. So, for Mr. Fauzan, the stage is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning for all of us. So now we will talk about reflux. Before that, you preface talk about succretion. I think it's interesting talking about succretion, and I think you must be understand all of succretion by Mr. Mahathir Muhammad. So before we start, let me to introduce myself. I'm Muhammad Fauzan Lubis, lecturer of Faculty of Pharmacy, Universitas Sumatera Utara. Now I'm interesting topic in petrochemical chemistry in petrochemical laboratory. Okay, so I think reflux is same with succretion, but in reflux we cannot see safflon, flex. So you can see the reflux. You can see we have some part in reflux, like we have heating, same with succretion. We have round bottom flex. It's same with succretion, and we have a condenser to cooling the vapor. So I think it's same with succretion, but we can discuss again about reflux. Reflux involves heating the chemical reaction for a specific amount of time. So reflux usually used to extraction process. So some plant or some material compound can be extracted by reflux. Well, continue. So in reflux, we will take a solvent in same place with our sample. It's different with succretion. In succretion, you not put the sample in your solvent, but in reflux, you will put your sample in a solvent. So a solvent and your sample will mix in one place. The place we call round bottom flex. Okay. So we will turn on the heating. This is for give us a good temperature to extraction process. The solvent will be vaporized and into condensator and will conducted by a cooling water, and the vapors will back into liquid form or as a solvent. So this is a simple mechanism from a reflux. Now, for this moment, we will use another sample. We will use another sample than a succretion. I think in succretion you use andaliman. In Indonesia we call andaliman, but maybe in other country we can call Xanthocilum acanthophodium. But in this moment for a reflux, we will use in Indonesia we call kayu manis. In Indonesia we call kayu manis, but we can call Chinanonum burnani. This is a stem bark from Chinanonum burnani. I think Chinanonum burnani is one material that used widely in Indonesian people. Chinanonum burnani used in as a flavor agent and as a medicine, and in Indonesia. So I think this is very important to us, and we will try to extract it secondary metabolite from Cina nonum burnani using reflux. Some research show the reflux is a good extraction process. If we compare with other extraction method like shock plantation and maybe like macerasi and other extraction like percolation, some articles show the reflux it is a good extraction process than the other. So I think I will demonstrate it, our work today before you get a chance to try the extraction process with a reflux. Maybe the procedural for the extraction process, it will be same with the circulation process. We will choose our sample. In this moment, we try to use Cina nonum burnani, and we will wash the sample before the first, and we will mask the sample with some machine like we call blender, and serve the sample for take a good mesh. So, okay, Intan. We will move to demonstration. Kita ke sana berarti. Okay, in this place we wash our sample before we mesh the sample. This is a important procedure, I think, to get a fresh sample and in a good condition, so we can have a good extract. Okay. Okay, before that, we will go to drying cabinet. Okay, we will go to drying cabinet. Yeah, this is our drying cabinet. We can set up our temperature in this cabinet. Maybe the temperature is 40 Celsius to 50 Celsius. 40 Celsius to 50 Celsius. Okay. And maybe we need 7 days until 10 days to get a dry simplicia, a dry sample. So this is a dry sample. You can see the dry sample from Cina nonum burnani tembak. This sample we try to process for reflux process. Okay. Siapa yang di depan itu? Di depan mana? Dan sini aja. Enggak masuk. Enggak, kita dulu tenang. Mereka yang baru. Okay, now we want to get a mass particle from our sample. So now it's the procedural we do. We use a machine, forget a mess. This is we call blender. In Indonesia we call blender. Okay. The sample put into blender. Turn on the blender. Bisa ya dia? Okay. After that, we will get a sample with a good particle size. Before that, we will serve the sample before. Okay, I think this is our sample for next extraction process. A dry Cinnamonum bernanis tembrak. Okay, we'll move to other place. Yeah. Okay. This is one set of reflux. We have a heating. For get a good temperature, we have a round bottom flex. It's a place for sample and solvent, and we have a condenser in there. In this, this is a condenser for favors our solvent, and this is a flex for water, in water, and out water for a cooling a condensation process. Okay, we will put our sample to round bottom flex. As a solvent, we use ethanol. Okay, as a solvent, we use ethanol. You can use other solvent like a chloroform or other solvent like ethyl acetate or hexane. But in this workshop, we use ethanol. For 10-gram sample, we use 100 milliliter ethanol. For 10-gram sample, we use 100 milliliter ethanol. This is a procedural. So when you use 20-gram sample, you will use 200 milliliter of ethanol. Okay. Before we mix the sample with our solvent, we will set this stative and clamp, and we will turn on our machine, our heating. Berapa suhunya? 80. Okay, we will use temperature 70 Celsius. 70 Celsius. In this temperature, ethanol will vapors, and ethanol will move to condenser. So ethanol will have a condensation and back into a liquid form or ethanol to round bottom flask. Okay. After this process, we will have a macerat, or we call macerat. This is a solvent with another compound like a secondary metabolite from simplicia or dried simplicia. So this sample or this macerat will we evaporate by rotary evaporator in another place. So we will move to another place now. We will move to another place. Okay, now we will another place, and this is a rotary evaporator. So when we complete our reflux process, we will get a filtrate, and the filtrate before we put in rotary evaporator must be filtering. Okay, must be filtering, and we get a filtrate like that. So this is will we use and we'll put to rotary evaporator. Okay. In rotary evaporator, you must set temperature. Okay, temperature to evaporate the filtrate. And the temperature is 40 Celsius. 40 Celsius. Set the vacuum. I think this process is same when you use a soclitation process. Okay. If the rotary evaporator complete, we will get an extract, and the extract will use as other project, like maybe you want to test the extract like the antibacterial activity of the extract or other activity, but before that, you will get the extract before. Okay, thank you. Maybe we will back to another place. Okay, I think that's all about my demonstration about reflux process. So I hope you can try uh, and handle how to make a extraction process using reflux method. So now we will try how to handle this process. Okay. First, we will wash the sample. Yeah, this is the first of all process. Wash the sample. Okay. Okay. Next, we will drying our sample in drying cabinet. We will drying the sample in drying cabinet. Okay. If we get a dry sample, now we will pour our sample for get a good particle size. Okay. Or get a good particle size. Now we try to sieve our sample using a sieve. Using a sieve. Okay. For information, particle size of our sample, it have effect in extraction process. So if we get a good particle size, smaller particle size, it will be good for our process in extraction. Okay. So this is a sample with a good particle size, smaller particle size. Okay, after that we move to our reflux. Sampel mana? Sana ya? Sana. Okay. Okay. We use a 10-gram sample, 10-gram dried Chinonanum burnanis tembak. The 10-gram Chinonanum burnanis tembak, dried Chinonanum burnanis tembak, will we mix with our solvent? The solvent is ethanol, 100 milli ethanol. Okay, after that, we put our condenser in front of okay, and set our temperature. Turn on uh, the heating in 70 Celsius, 70 derajat Celsius. Okay, in this process, the vapor of solvent will into our condenser, and in condenser will be happen condensation, and the vapors will back into liquid form and into round flex bottom, and this is the process of reflux. Okay, maybe reflux will have 2 hours, 2 hours for finish the process. Okay, after that, after this, we'll move to other place. Okay. Okay, now we in other lab. This is a rotary evaporator, and we will evaporate our filtrate that we get from a reflex process. So please, the first we turn on the vacuum. Okay. After that, we turn on our machine and set the rotary of machine and temperature of machine. Okay. If all was to set, now we put our sample, our filtered, yeah, from reflux process. The sample will put to bottom flask with a good temperature. The solvent will evaporate. The solvent will evaporate. Okay? And after this process, we will get the extract, and I think the extract like that. A good extract for other tests. The extract will use for other tests. Okay, maybe we'll move to, this is all of demonstration or our workshop, and we will move to our laboratorium. Yuk, balik, balik. Okay, thank you very much. Now we in our laboratory, in phytochemical laboratory, and I think it all about our workshop today, and we hope our workshop about socculation process and reflux process as a extraction method. It will useful for you and for your project, like your research in next time. Okay, thank you so much, and forgive me for our mistakes. And this control, I will back to our master of ceremony. Thank you.
Sudah tidak ke ladang, tinggi rumput carilah lalang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Kalau tidak kelapa muda, tidak muda boleh kembali. Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Sudah tidak ke ladang, tinggi rumput darilah lalang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Kalau tidak kelapa muda, tidak muda boleh kembali. Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Layang-layang, si kapal dagang, bawa manggis, bawa durian. Tidak disangka, tidak terbayang, nona manis mata duitan. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Ini lagu selayang pandang. Inilah lagu selayang pandang. sudah tidak ke ladang, tinggi rumput carilah lalang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Kalau tidak kelapa muda, tidak muda boleh kembali. Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Lama sudah tidak ke ladang, tinggi rumput darilah lalang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Lama tak ku pandang, hati tak senang. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Kalau tidak kelapa muda, tidak muda boleh kembali. Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Kalau tak nona, siapa lagi? Layang-layang, si kapal dagang, bawa manggis, bawa durian. Tidak disangka, tidak terbayang, nona manis mata duitan. Layang-layang, selayang pandang, hati di dalam rasa bergoncang. Jangan ragu, janganlah bimbang, ini lagu selayang pandang. Ini lagu selayang pandang. Inilah lagu selayang pandang.
Thank you to Mr. Fauzan for guiding and facilitating us during our second session of the workshop, which is extraction using the method of reflux. Now, I have been accompanied again by Mr. Mahathir and Mr. Fauzan, where we will start our discussion session and we will answer any questions that you have. So if you have any question, feel free to ask away. So while we are waiting, actually, I already have some questions on my hand here. So I'm going to go to Mr. Mahathir first. Mr. Mahathir, there's a question from Elsa from ULSU. She asks, what is the advantage and disadvantage of the using Socratean method in extraction? Can you please give us the answer, Mr. Mahathir?
Okay. Thank you for the question. I will try to answer. What's the advantage and disadvantage for the extraction, Socratean extraction? I will compare about theoretical and the practice, right? The advantage, maybe it's the simple method. It's simple method, and also it can be used plan, part of plan that heat resistant or unthermolable. Okay, it can we use to hard part of the plan. That's the advantage. For the disadvantage, because it used the temperature, the high temperature, the compound, thermolable compound can be destructed. Thermolable compound can be destructed for this. And so, but I think it's not depend what's the soft plan, soft texture from plan and hard texture from plan. I'll testing about for the example antioxidant activity that I've been testing. Socketation, reflux, maceration, percolation, it have variation result for the antioxidant. Maybe socketation can be better than the maceration. Maceration can be better than the reflux. It's not depend. It's about the active compound, how many active compound in this plant. I think it's that answer for me. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much for the answer, Mr. Mahathir. So it's all about the heat-resistant material and the active compound that we want. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go to Mr. Fauzan then. Another question from Alex from USU is, what is exactly the advantage and disadvantage of the reflux method when we are extracting? Mr. Fauzan?
Okay, thank you, Santana. About advantage and disadvantage of this process, especially reflux, I think this is same extraction like socketation, yeah. And the first, for the advantage, this is need a short time for extraction process. Yeah, short time for extraction process. When you use maceration or reflux, maybe you the end of extraction process maybe in 5 day or 7 day, 5 day or 7 day. But when you use reflux or socketation, you just need 2 until 4 hours. 2 until 4 hours. So this is so good for you for time, okay. And for that disadvantage, I think yeah, you need a high cost. This is a high cost because you need one set reflux, you need a condensator, you need a heating mantle, you need flex, round bottom flex. So I think this is about a cost. So you need more cost if you compare with maceration and percolation. So this is my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fauzan, for the elaborate answer. Yeah. So it all comes down to what we need to extract actually. Yeah. So talking about the sample then, I'm going to ask Mr. Fauzan again.
Okay.
What is the characteristic exactly of the sample that we can use to extract using the reflux method?
Okay, thank you. But a characteristic, yeah. So I think we don't need special characteristic for from a sample to use reflux method, but usually for character sample we use a hard material from a plant part, like a root, or a stem bark from a plant. So this is maybe one of characteristic this is usually used from reflux process. Thank you.
All right, thank you for another elaborate answer, Mr. Fauzan. So I'm going to ask the same question to Mr. Mahathir then. It's about the characteristic of the sample that we can use when we want to extract by dissociation method. What is it, Mr. Mahathir?
Okay, maybe that I have been answered before. The characteristic for the part of the plant for the extraction socculation method. For the theoretically, the sample must be hard texture, must be have hard texture. Or the another theory, also the texture of the vein can be soft. But the most characteristic and texture in the plant is the hard textures, and can be resistant to heating, to process heating. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the answer, Mr. Mahathir. Then, Mr. Mahathir, I've got another question coming from Febi Aisyah Harahap from University of Sumatera Utara. Mr. Mahathir, Febi asks, you mentioned that in chocolate extraction, we have to wait until the solvent is colorless. Why do we exactly need to do that? And what does this have to do with the Simplicia sample that will be extracted?
Okay, I will try to answer. What if, why the solution must be colorless, right? The sample is, the solvent in boiling flux is colorless. That be indicated the cycle that has been complete. So the process extraction has been completed. The process extraction has been completed. Active compound, it get into the solvent, right? The solvent that we use to rotary evaporator, and we make the thick extract for, yeah, maybe extract ethanol andaliman. Yeah, I think is that the answer for me.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mahathir, for the answer again. So, Mr. Febi from University of Sumatera Utara also asks Mr. Fauzan, in the reflux process that Mr. Fauzan explained, is there any indication when we should stop the reflux extraction? And is the reflux extraction time the same for every sample? What do you think, Mr. Fauzan?
Okay, thank you, Santana, for this question. Thank you for this question. So, when we stop the extraction, this is a good question, and I think the extraction will stop if the time is we have. So I said this process will have 2 until 4 hours. So I think this is we'll use to other sample. If you want a reflux chinonanum with reflux, the procedural 2 until 4 hours. And if we compare with, if you want to extraction other sample like Xanthosylum acanthophedium, this is procedural used as a parameter to stop the extraction process, 2 until 4 hours. I think like that, Santana.
Thank you, Mr. Fauzan, for the answer. So the kind of depends on the material that you want to extract. So the next question comes from Misal Kalista, still from University of Sumatera. Misal Kalista said that, I want to ask about solvent. In our workshop of solvent extraction, we use ethanol as a solvent, and Mr. Mahathir has mentioned that we can use different solvent depending on what bioactive compound we want to take. So what other bioactive compounds that we can get by using ethanol as a solvent?
Okay. Can you repeat again in the last question? What
What bioactive compound can we get by using ethanol as a solvent?
Okay, this is the very good question, right? He know the principle. He know about the solvent. He know about the active compound. Yeah, many compound that we get from the, yeah, that principle that have been tell before, like disulfide. We repeat again, like disulfide. Polar solvent can be dissolved polar compound, and also non-polar compound can be dissolved non-polar solvent. In the solvent, in the polar, like ethanol, we can get active compound like alkaloid, like flavonoid, like steroid, like triterpenoid, nathanin, saponin, maybe glycoside, cardiac glycoside, and many more. So if the bioactive compound is the polar that we use to solvent that the same polarity, okay, the same polarity for the compound, automatically we get more polarity for the bioactive compound. I think is that the answer for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mahathir, for the answer. So the polarity of the compound here. All right, so to Mr. Fauzan, a question came in from Zarina Khairunisa, Universitas of North Sumatra Utara. So inside the reflux tool and Socrates tool, reflux tool first here, maybe for Mr. Fauzan, there are holes for water in and out, right? So why the hole in the first tool, water in, is connected to the second tool where water goes out? Can you please explain that, Mr. Fauzan?
Did you mean the inside, outside of one tools to other tools? Yeah. Yeah. This is, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Si Zahrina, right? Zarina. So that explanation about that, one set of one method, like you use reflux or you use chocolate. This is one set. You must have one in water and one out water. But in this workshop, we use one in water because we have some trouble or some limited for tools for in water. So this is like maybe I can modification for, so we can use two tools with one water in. Okay, just modification from this laboratory. But if you ask to me, you must have one set, one in water, one of out water, one condenser, one round bottom flex, siphon, and heating mantle. Okay, thank you, Zarina. Thank you, Santana.
Yes, thank you for the answer, Mr. Fauzan. So, yeah, please, Mr.
Can
Mahathir.
I answer? Yeah, maybe that's very funny. Maybe the limited tools for this. But I just want to tell you, the pressure, and we connected the pressure and the circulation for the condenser, right? If we use two part, it's maybe different than one part pressure, all right? You understand what I mean? But I suggest we will suggest not to do this. This is just the workshop. We have the limited apparatus, right? The different pressure, the different circulation between one side circulation, outcoming water and incoming water in one side is the difference. Then we can to another part. Okay, that's very funny. Okay, this is very funny. Thank you.
All right. All right, thank you for the answer, Mr. Faujan and Mr. Mahathir. So the apparatus is more complete if you have a whole set. All right. So there is another question coming from Fadila Arafa from Faculty of Pharmacy, Universitas Sumatera Utara. So in this workshop, we use two kinds of different extraction, socketation and reflux. So what is the parameter when we choose socketation and reflux? I think this has been explained before, but if you could please explain one more time, Mr. Mahathir and Mr. Faujan. And then for what specific reason did we use socketation for andaliman, gentosilum, and for what specific reason do we use reflux for cinnamon burmami? I think we should start from Mr. Mahathir as for socketation.
Okay, maybe the first that the answer about the we get back to the characterization for the sample in the harsh texture and can be unthermolable, can be used to extraction. And then what's the first question?
The parameter.
In the beginning, what's the parameter? What the parameter?
What is the parameter we can use so that we choose socketation for the method?
Okay, the parameter that we can choose. Okay, the first we can literature study. We can read journal about the plant. For the parameter specifically for the sample that have been I said before, the texture and the characteristic for the sample. And maybe if we have a literature study about the plant that we want to extraction, we will know the compound, what the nutrition in our plant. Maybe it have many like minerals like natrium, kalium, calcium, or maybe another. And maybe have secondary metabolite like alkaloid, flavonoid, but negative in saponin. Maybe we don't know. We don't know about that. I think the answer for me, we can literally study about explanation what the specifically. But the another theory tells about specifically can be the specifically extraction, specifically finishing extraction, like texture for the extract, the thick extract, solid extract, liquid extract. Maybe that's can the different to the another method extraction. But in socketation, specifically usually have been thick extract that have been reported. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the answer. That's for the socketation part, Mr. Mahathir. So, Mr. Faujan, what about the reflux part? What is the parameter we choose so that we know that we can use reflux as our method of choice?
Okay, Fadila. Okay, thank you. Fadila, your question to kind different of extraction, socketation, and reflux. What is parameter when we want choice socketation or reflux for our sample? As a theoretical, this is a same extraction process. This is a heating process. Okay, we use heating mantle. You can see in socketation on in reflux, but one method socketation. This is a different place of the sample. The sample from in socketation, you can see you put in siphon. You put in siphon, all right. But in reflux, you put in round bottom flex. uh, with your solvent. So I think you can choose your extraction process according to category, your sample category about heat resistant. If you have a sample with less heat resistant, maybe you can use succretion. But because the sample not in heating directly, he is in siphon up from the heating. But if your sample based on your theory is more heat resistant, you can use reflux for the extraction process. But the principle for this extraction is same. This is a heating process. Okay, Fadila, thank you.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Faujan and Mr. Mahathir for the answer. For Fadila, I hope that answers your question. And then we have another question coming from Rahmat from Universitas Sumatera Utara. So, what are the factors influencing the failure in extraction, be it succretion and reflux? Maybe we can start from Mr. Mahathir.
Okay, what the failure? This is the simple answer that I have told to you. Maybe the failure, it can be failure from the procedure. We wrong choose the solvent. We wrong choose the solvent. It's not the compound have polar, but we choose the solvent not polar, non-polar. It has the first failure, and the two for the sorting. We can we are not do better the sorting for the simplicia, so it can make quality of the extract. And the last maybe for the succretion. The first we must prepare the succretion extractor, but if we cannot be good to the prepare that extractor, it also can be affected the quality of extract. And also the circulation, we must check the circulation outcoming and incoming water. So this to protect to protect the cooler from the condenser, and it has been make extract can be extraction completely. I think is that answer for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the answer, Mr. Mahathir. What about Mr. Faujan? Do you have anything to add about the failure chance of the extraction process?
Yeah, thank you, Santana. I think I agree with Mr. Mahathir, yeah, Santana, yeah, for Rahmat question. So many factors maybe can influence for this extraction process. The first, from your sample. If your sample not processed with good, I think the result from this extraction not good. The second, maybe in extraction process, a choice of the solvent, yeah. Like if you can use the good solvent, maybe your extraction process will good. And the third, I think, you must make sure your set from reflux or succretion it can working with good. Maybe in condenser, you must make sure the condenser working with good. So the process favors back to liquid form is will good. So the extraction process will have a good result. Maybe this is from me, Santana. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Faujan, for the answer. And with that question answered, we do not have any more questions from participants. So we are going to end our discussion session here. Thank you for Mr. Mahathir and Mr. Faujan for answering all of our questions. And before you leave, we would like to give Mr. Faujan and Mr. Mahathir a certificate of appreciation as a token of our thanks. Right. So first certificate of appreciation for Mr. Mahathir Muhammad as from MSc. So Mr. Mahathir Muhammad, thank you for facilitating our session today. Mr. Mahathir, we would like to take a photo, so please prepare a warm smile. We're going to take your photo in 1, 2, 3, and done. Thank you, Mr. Mahathir. And the second certificate of appreciation towards APT Mr. Muhammad Faujan Lubis, as from MSE, as a token of thanks. Thank you, Mr. Faujan, for facilitating our session today. Mr. Faujan, we were going to take a photo, so prepare a warm smile. In 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Mr. Faujan. With the certificate awarding session comes to an end our session for today. It has been a fun workshop and I believe all of us has learned a lot from the starting with extraction of medicinal plants by the method of succotation and even reflux. But remember, just as Mr. Mahathir and Mr. Faujan said just now, that was just two of the many methods that we know. So I encourage you to try out more methods so that you can know which fits with which material. And I surely hope that we can apply what we have learned today to our research that we will do one day. So with that said, I want you to keep your spirit up. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time, at the stated time. And my name is Santana Fortun. Goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow.